Today I'm going to take you on a little tour of our wood cutting operation. We got the fence for this woodshed on Craigslist. A guy was selling it for like $150, and that's a pretty good size woodshed. It's about 32 feet long by 10 feet wide, and the guy had this enclosure that he kept wolves in it, and so he hadn't had the wolves for quite a few years, and it was just the fence, and we got it from him. It was a lot of work moving it. It's really heavy. It's good industrial strength stuff, if you can see, and we just set it up. It's not secured to the ground, and we tied it together with wire, and then we built a roof on it. Now, we're not professional builders or anything like that. We did the best we could with what we had to work with. It's not completely even, but it's not going anywhere. It's pretty stable. You can't move it, and it's heavy, so I'm not too worried about it. I think the air will pretty much blow through it, and we should be all right. But it's got about a foot overhang on, and maybe a little bit on the sides, not too much, but it hangs over a little bit, so it'll protect most of it from getting wet. It might get a little moisture here and there, but it should keep it from being wet. And we put this thing up, got the roof on it, and then we started filling it up. And I got this gate here that opens and closes, and so I'm gonna open it up and see what we got here. Now, we leave an aisle right in the middle so that air can get through, and we figure wind will blow through and help dry it a little bit. And we got a lot of ash in here. Most of this stuff is ash, and it burns really good. We've been burning it for a while. We got some red oak in here, and we got several other kinds of wood. And we just had a big wood splitting party. We got in touch with this other guy, Craigslist, and he had a whole bunch of wood that he gave us, and we're really thankful and grateful to God, because this is like free wood that we got, all of it. None of it costed us anything. Maybe the fuel to cut it and split it, and the chainsaw. Bought a new chain bar, so I mean, a little bit of expense, but not much of anything. And this is free heat for an entire winter to heat our house, so we're pretty happy with it. It's gonna save us a lot of money. We also got this little hoop shed. It was a greenhouse kit that we got for pretty cheap on Amazon or somewhere online, and it's been nice. We used it last winter to keep our wood dry, and we just stuffed this thing really full last winter, and it kept us dry. It kept us warm most of the year. This is some of our other wood that we brought in. This stuff's pretty wet, and we've got these discs here that we like to burn, and odd shaped chunks and everything. All of it is burnable. And we got this kindling over here that anytime you do some splitting with a log splitter or with a maul, there's always really nice chunks of kindling. This stuff burns really good. You know, you just light it up and it'll be drier when we get ready to burn it. That stuff works really good. And this bark we use as fire starters. It's dry and shaggy. You can light this stuff up with a match and it'll catch on fire, and they burn hot, and they burn for like 15-20 minutes, so they can get whatever you got in your fireplace going if it's dry. And more chunks and discs, rounds that we got cut up. These things, we cut them off the ends of the logs that were a little long to fit in our fireplace. And you can burn these little discs for a long time. They'll keep your house warm overnight. You can burn them for like 10, 12 hours. They'll just burn and burn and burn. So you don't have to worry about the house being cold when you wake up in the morning. So we got about 10 cords of wood, maybe a little more, maybe 10 and a half, we're guessing. We've measured and did the calculations, and that's about what's in here. So that should get us through the winter. We'll probably burn about 10 cords, close to that. It depends on how cold the winter is. If we have a mild winter, we might not use it all. But what I want to show you is the moisture content in this wood. All right, now this stuff on the back row, right over here, all the way down to the other side, it's pretty dry. It'll be ready to burn. Most of it's ready right now to burn. We've had it in here since, we've had some of this stuff on this back row has been in here for a while, since like late last year. And it takes unseasoned wood a good year, sometimes longer, to dry. But this ash, some of this, a lot of this was already dead, you know, when we harvested it. So I got this moisture meter right here. We're going to see how much moisture is in the wood. So to do that, you just stick it right in, and I got a little bit of glare. Okay, this piece is reading 12.3. That's ready to burn. Anything under 15, under 17, about right around that there is good and dry, ready to burn. So we'll check several pieces and see what we got. Let's see this piece. Again, sorry about the glare. 12.6. See, a lot of this stuff is pretty similar. Let's see what we got here. 11.5. That's pretty good. And then over here, this stuff's a little wetter. It's a little lighter color and wet. That one's 16.4. That's actually probably ready to burn, but it's got a little more moisture in it than the other row. And there's probably some varying degree. 16. Let's see. There's probably these big wet chunks here. Yeah, 22. So that's definitely needs some seasoning. Some of these things will be ready by winter, early winter. Some of it might take till spring of next year, but I think we got enough in here to keep us warm all winter. If you look at these, okay, see, that one's probably ready to burn. That's not too bad. It's kind of fluctuating around a little bit. Then when you get over here to this side, you see all this stuff. This is the really wet stuff. Some of it was young. Let's see what we got here. 22. 24. 32. So that's pretty wet. That's going to take about a year to get it dry to where we can burn it, but I mean, it might be ready by next spring. A lot of this stuff might be, it just varies. 25. And stuff over here. Some of this might be a little damp too. No, 11.3. Sorry about all the glare. Can't really do much about that. 12. So all the stuff on this back row is pretty well seasoned. Now this stuff here, 16. It's not too bad. 12. 13. 12. And that stuff's not too bad. Now this stuff. Look at that, 70. That's juicy. That's pretty wet stuff there. 66. That thing's gonna take a while for that to dry. So you got different varying degrees. You can usually tell if something's checked like that, it's got cracks and stuff in it. It's usually not that wet. Okay, that one's 15. It's ready to burn, you know. A lot of this stuff's ready to burn. A lot of it's pretty wet. This guy right here. $15, $16, not bad. So this hoop shed just has air blowing through it all the time, and both ends are open, as you can see, and so that helps your wood dry when it needs air and sunlight. Sunlight helps and air helps a lot. So you got kind of the best of both worlds on both of these sheds, and that's what we're going for. So that's our wood cutting operation. We'll try to keep you updated as we go throughout the season. We'll check the moisture in these logs again, see if it's going down, how long it takes for the moisture readings to go down, and then we'll report back and give you some kind of idea how long wood takes to dry. And then when we're burning it next year, the drier it is, the more efficiently it burns. The less smoke comes out of your chimney, the less likely you are to have a chimney fire. So there's a lot of benefits to having dry wood. Your fires start up nice and easy, and you just have a good burn. It makes your house nice and warm, and you don't lose all the heat through the chimney and everything when the smoke gets a draft and a lot of it goes up. But so that's all we got for you. We'll try to keep you posted. Thanks for watching.